Howdy friends, this is PelicanMan bringing you another Death and Taxes video. We are yet again playing our 60 card mono white list with Leon and Arbiter. The changes I have made this time. So if you watched my last video, that league happened yesterday, so I'm running it back, trying something a little different because that league, spoiler alert, didn't go too impressively. So we are once again testing 3 path 3 Solitude, trying to find out kind of, I suppose this is the ultimate test for whether in an Arbiter build, if we do want to be on the 4 path and 2 Solitude, or maybe we should lean into 4 Solitude 2 path, or maybe the 3-3 split's correct. But we are stress testing that by actually hyper lowering our curve by removing Skyclave Apparition altogether. In the last one, I was testing only running 3 of those, and I think yet again I'm kind of in the boat of I don't think I really need them, so it is going to hurt not having them. I think they are one of the better tools that Death's has got in recent years, but I think we've got some very, very good tools recently. So this is kind of going to be the test. I suppose ideally this test is seeing whether maybe Skyclave is where we need to make room rather than Lyra and Arbiter. If this fails, I might try cutting the Arbiter and putting the Skyclaves back in. But the cards I've added in place for the Skyclaves are the Esper Sentinels, which obviously have been very impressive since getting printed in Modern Horizons 2. So I also got my one of Timeless Dragon. So if you watched the last video, you'll see I was testing one of Timeless Dragon. Wasn't like crazy impressed with that. I think the draw power of Esper Sentinel is just better. So I mean, I do like Timeless Dragon. I really like Timeless Dragon, but I think if I want to test the full Force Sentinel, I don't think the one of Timeless Dragon is really doing anything crazy good for us. As much as I love the card, as much as I think it's a really cool design. So compared to that list, those are kind of the changes. Compared to a normal list, yeah, it's like we've cut the Skyclaves, moved to Esper Sentinels, cut the 4th path, go to a 3rd Solitude, which I think might help with the Esper Sentinel build. And we are testing a 2-2 split of Mistress Factory and Field of Ruin. Everything else is kind of as you'd expect it. These are kind of the numbers I've been running on all these cards recently. The sideboard is the sideboard I'm comfortable with. 2 Forge Tender for the Ragavans and Furies of the World. 3 Drannith Magistrate for the Cascade decks. 2 Rest in Peace for the dedicated graveyard decks. 3 Leon Relic Water for Artifact and Enchantment decks. 3 Sanctifier in deck for the black-red mid-range decks, basically. And 2 Phyrexian Revoker for kind of Control and Tron. Now, in the last league, I did face off against Burn and didn't have a great time with it. I think Esper Sentinel will help in that matchup. I also think they had crazy hands, so I'm not going to do anything drastic with the list based on the results we had last time. I think I am just going to test cutting Skyclave Apparition entirely and see how that goes. So with that said, let's get into a league. Alright, looks like we found an opponent for the first match. We've won the die roll. We will go on the play. So the plan with this list is that the curve should be lower overall. The only thing we're doing in our 3 drops, other than our equipment package and our solitudes, the only thing we're doing with 3 mana is Flick Wisp, which I think has earned its slots. This hand looks pretty good, so we're going to keep. We're basically just hoping that we get to play more things out and that Esper Sentinel will make up the card, the kind of virtual card disadvantage we'll have by playing so many low drops and trying to play out our whole hand so quickly. So we get to see the power of Esper Sentinel here, I hope. We're going to lead Esper Sentinel into Thalia and then into a turn 3 Arbiter with Ghost Quarter, hopefully. So let's see how that works out for us. Ooh, Blackcleave Cliffs into a Ragavan. Okay, Thalia's going to stonewall that pretty well, I would hope. And the nice thing is if they do have a way to deal with that Thalia, it's going to cost them all of their mana, and we're still going to get to draw a card off it, I imagine. I'll play the Mistress Factory here, there's no reason not to, and I might want to start attacking with it soon. Plus, that'll be a good block for the Ragavan if that comes up. I'm just going to pass turn here, not getting it with Esper Sentinel. I'm not willing to trade it for a Ragavan just yet. Okay, so they're fetching with the Bloodstained Mire. They get Overgrown Tomb, so this might be Jun's Saga ban. Dragon's Rage Channeler, okay. And they're just passing back. I'm kind of okay with how that turn went for them. Ooh, Stoneforge. Can I afford to hold off on the Leonin Arbiter? I think I probably can. Okay, I'm going to play the Stoneforge here because if they want to deal with it and keep me from putting a Caldra into play, it's going to take their entire turn. And if they don't do it, then I think I just win the game. Pretty sure they can't deal with Caldra. I think I'm just going to hold back again here. Just leave everyone back as a blocker. Okay, they have the Urza Saga, which we're going to punish with Arbiter pretty effectively. It looks like they might be trying to cast a Kolaghan's Command. No? Unholy Heat. Okay. That is going after our Stoneforge. They pay the Thalia tax and they are going to pay the Esper Sentinel tax by the look of it. Okay, I think we're winning this battle still. Ooh, Path was a good draw. I think the plan is still to just Ghost Quarter them. I'm going to take out their red source to stop future unholy heats and lightning bolts and whatever. Alright, they scoop it up. That was a pretty early concession from them, but that's fine. Our hand was pretty good from here, I think. Let's go to sideboarding. Okay, Jund Saga Band. So I like Sanctifier. I think they're too removal heavy for Relic Order to be impressive. I don't really care for Recipe. Sanctifier's kind of doing all the work that we need there. And I think Bone and Forge Tender is really good because they have Ragavan's. What do I want to cut? I think because they have Sagas, I like Arbiter, I like Thalia, I like Stoneforge. I think I can trim a Thalia, trim a Vial pretty freely. And what else? I think probably just don't need Flicker Wisp. So if I cut the Flicker Wisps, what? Do I just bring Rest in Peace at that point? Let's leave in one Flicker Wisp, I suppose. I can't think of how else to change the numbers around here. You know, let's leave in these Flicker Wisps. We'll just trim one Flicker Wisp. We'll trim an Esper Sentinel. Maybe 2 Esper Sentinels. Jeez, I don't know. Okay, let's leave the Esper Sentinel and let's stress test and we'll trim the Flicker Wisps. See how this goes. I'm really not sure about this sideboarding, but I did use up all the time I had, so maybe we'll have to think more on it if we lose this game. This sounds really, really good. We are going to keep. So the plan here is we are going to cast the Vial on 1, the Stoneforge on 2, just run the Stoneforge into removal, and hope the second Stoneforge can put the Caldera or whatever into play. Well, they have the Ragavan here, and I don't have any real ways to Stonewall it, but I think we might be okay. As I mentioned last video, I don't really care about Ragavan too much in this deck. Well, not the Leonin Arbiter, okay. Again, we'll just run out the Vial and pass. We have a lot of cards that our opponent won't want to cast off the top of our deck. So the real strength of our opponent's Ragavan here is in getting them a treasure more than anything else. Yep, they hit Horizon Canopy. It turns to Kolaghan's Command would be pretty good here for our opponent. Well, it's just Ren 6, okay. I mean, don't get me wrong, Ren 6 is very good. But I don't care about their fetches too much because I have Arbiters. Another Stoneforge isn't bad. Alright, so Stoneforge is going to get the Caldera. Force them to deal with it here. Oh, they just have Fatal Push. Alright, that's fine. Opponent's getting with Ragavan again, that's fine. They hit Plains, okay. Would be really great. Oh, they're not playing. I was going to say, it'd be really great if they played a Fetch Land and just didn't crack it here. Let me Vial in the Arbiter in response. Tarmogoyf, okay. That's a little annoying. Maybe that's the reason I want to bring the Rest in Pieces. Ooh, Baronid Forge Tender, huh? Okay, so let's play out Stoneforge here. We'll go find the Batterskull. I'm just going to pass here and hope this... yeah, I'm just going to hope that I can Vial in this Arbiter for some value. Otherwise, I think I'm just Vialing in another Stoneforge. Alright, so our opponent's fetching. We'll Vial in an Arbiter here, just make them pay 2 mana for it. Casting Unholy Heat on the Stoneforge, that's fine. So they have to pay for their fetch here or just lose it. They're willing to just lose it. They really want to make this this token here. Which if they do, I'm just going to Ghost Quarter them. Ren buys back the land. I'm just going to take all this. I don't care. Ragavan can hit a card. Giver Runes. Okay, that's interesting. Alright, well I'm not going to activate the Ghost Quarter here. Well, I'm going to leave the Aether Vial on 2. So we can get this other Leonin Arbiter into play. Let's start with the Forge Tender. Then we'll play the Stoneforge. And this Stoneforge will get them all the Skyclaves because it's the only thing left to get. And then hopefully this Forge Tender can protect it so that this Stoneforge could drop a Caldera into play. Oh, I've got an Arbiter in play. What am I talking about? That's fine. I don't need them all. So we are just going to pass turn here. See if our opponent wants to try and make a construct. Well, that was foolish, opponent. What do I want to take out here? I think I want to take out the Blackcleave Cliffs. I don't think it really matters, but this might come in tapped. Like they left to 2 Stomach Ground, but I don't care about dealing them damage right now. So now they'll have a tough choice of whether they want to pay for my Arbiter tax for their Saga or not. Okay, they're just floating mana. I wonder how the timing works. Do I get an opportunity to Vial in this other Arbiter if they pay? Oh, it just goes away. Okay, I guess that answers that question. They have a Foothills, so they're going to pay my Arbiter tax. Okay, they're going to return the Saga to their hand. What was that? Oh, they bought Lurrus, okay. I'm just going to let the Tarmogoyf hit me. I don't care. Okay, let's Vial in the other Arbiter. We only have 1 Flicker Wisp in the deck, so I'm going to leave this Vial on 2. Am I? We played out 2 Arbiters, we played out 3 Stoneforges. If I get a Thalia, I'm probably just casting it at this point. Maybe I'm ticking it towards 5, the Solitudes. Let's just say no for now. Okay, Plains, it's a cool draw. I want to keep this Ren off ultimate, so I think that means I just put Keldra into play. Alright, let's attack the Ren and 6. They have no good blocks here, so definitely going to chunk that Ren away from its ult and pass it back. Yeah, opponent gets asked a tough question here whether we want to block this Goyf. I think I have to because I can't afford to die to Lightning Bolt. So I think I just have to be okay with losing a Leonin Arbiter here. I think it's fine. If it matters, I'll just Field of Ruin away one of their lands. So they played the Saga. They're rebuying their fast land, their Blackleaf Cliffs. Nothing I want to do in their end step. I think I've drawn enough lands now that I would play any 2-drop I would draw. So let's tick it up to 3. Esper Sentinel's cool. I don't hate that. So I think I'm just playing defense here. How scared am I of this Saga? Not hugely. I can kill the Ren. Maybe I just kill the Ren. Let's do that. This way, our 1 Arbiter should be able to deny their mana pretty well. The question is if I want to Field to ruin them here. If I do, they can just pay the Arbiter tax, so I guess that means it's a no. Okay, so they pay the Arbiter tax and they've searched for a land. They did not pay the Arbiter tax. They don't know how it works. That's unfortunate. Ugh. So if you don't know, you can't. It's not a trigger that you have to respond to. You have to actually click on the Arbiter and select to ignore it until end of turn, which our opponent has missed out on. We potentially could have punished them with a Field of Ruin there, but I mean, that's pretty rude. I am just going to make a Batterskull here. Oh, and I scoop it up to the Batterskull. I'm not sure what I was going to do with the Batterskull. I think I was probably just going to block and gain 4 and then try and move the Batterskull to the Keldra if I drew a land, which I wouldn't have, but I would draw a Sanctifying Wreck, which is also cool. So I don't think we necessarily sideboarded right, but I ran out of time and I just could not work out how to sideboard. I think the rest of pieces should have come in just to be a 1-on-1 card to shut off Tarmogoyf and also shut off Ren and 6. Yeah, it was probably worth bringing the rest in pieces. I probably should have just like picked a direction and went with it. Like maybe it was worth cutting all the Thalias or all the Flick Wisps. We 2-0'd, so it doesn't matter. Let's get on to match number 2. Alright, here we go for match number 2. We won the die roll, so we get to go on the play yet again. A 1-lander we cannot keep because there is no Aether Vial. Otherwise it looks pretty good, but of course looks good because the hand was full of spells, not lands. This hand is kind of worse. Yeah, we'll mulligan to 5. Wow, that's 3 really bad hands in a row. I guess I just have to keep this. I don't want Ghost Quarter. Field of Ruin's going to do whatever a Ghost Quarter would do. And I just get rid of 2 lands. We've got double white. Field of Ruin's cool. So the downside here of us being on the play is we can't just... We're giving them free information. Because this multiplier has been pretty bad. So there's a good chance like we would just scoop to a Thoughtseize to preserve information. Ugh. This is not the kind of hand we want against this deck. A multiplier is not what we want against this deck. Jeez, this deck's been showing up a lot, hasn't it? Alright, tick Vial up to 1. Batterskull's not the worst draw. So I think I am going to buy on this Giver Runes and try and trade with the Ragavan. I just can't let it get value. They shocked in a Steam Vents though. What else am I doing with this Giver Runes? It's got nothing to protect. But if I hold up Vial till the end step, it forces them to kind of act at sorcery speed here. If they just hold up and they shock themselves for no reason, I don't know. Well, this path's gonna do nothing, hopefully. It doesn't use all their mana. Croxer? Jeez. I think I just have to pitch Batterskull. It's greedy to keep the Batterskull. Nowhere near casting it. Alright, I'm gonna Violent this Giver. If they want to path it, they ramp us, so it's whatever. They didn't even consider holding it up. That's fine. Alright, we keep drawing lands. Woohoo! Yeah, I guess I'm just gonna Field to Ruin them here. Take them off black. It doesn't really matter because they've got a treasure, but we'll go for it anyway. Oh, they basically swim away. That maybe I was raising up the Steam Vents. I don't think it really matters. We're just not doing anything else that's pretty free for us to Field to Ruin there. There is not to do we draw Arbiter. If we draw Arbiter, we've already got Ghost Quarter. Alright, Fatal Push the Giver Runes. Can't stop Ragavan getting in. They had another path. Jeez. I mean, I'm glad they're clearing these paths off top. I wouldn't mind pathing their Ragavan, but I'd also rather draw a higher impact spell, which I don't think we have a lot of, to be honest. I'm just going to tick the Vial up. Even though we don't have many 3-drops and beyond anymore, I think it's still fine. I'm going to set an upkeep stop and pass back to our opponent. I should play my Ghost Quarter. That's fine. Do I path the Monkey? No, I just got to path the Darcy. I can't let it get value. which was maybe a reason to not wait till their upkeep. Oh, but they're not doing anything. They're not going to fail off it. I just want to keep that Croxer at bay for as long as humanly possible, which they're filling up the graveyard pretty quick now. So letting that Ghost Quarter in hand was a smart move, apparently. So they can cast the Crox the next turn, or this turn after hitting it with the Ragavan, which is going to get rid of our Ghost Quarter, which is not ideal. Jeez, they have Flicker Wisp. I mean, surely they're just casting Croxer here. Yeah, this is a Croxer. Okay. We will... yeah, we're just going to start taking the Vial up to Solitude Mana here. Let's just do this now. See if I can find something. Another 8th Vial. I'm just going to pitch this to the Croxer. 6, 7, 8. It's not looking good. I mean, when we multiplied and saw a hand of Vial, Giver, and Lance, we were already pretty far behind, but seeing that it's this deck makes it that much worse. I don't know if there's any cards that could save us here. Oh no, there's another Croxer. Alright, let's go to sideboarding. So we can bring in Sanctifiers, Burden Forge Tenders, and then the rest in pieces are a solid maybe. Not a fan of Flick Wisp in this matchup. Especel's fine, Giver's fine, Path's fine. I want to trim a Vial. I want to trim a Thalia. I mean, this is a matchup where I don't love Arbiter. Seeing their green makes me definitely want to cut the Flick Wisps, I think. Maybe we just trim an Arbiter. I could see trimming an Esper Sentinel too, to be honest. I'll keep him in. Yeah, let's just... Or do we keep in... Do we just trim the Arbiters? Maybe just trim the Arbiters. We cut the Arbiters and leave in 3 Flicker Wisp. It could go either way, I think. Because we're a lot more likely to try and leave Vials on 2 in this build, I could see wanting to stay on Arbiters, but I think Flicker Wisp can do some stuff. Let's try this. Alright, we get to play first now. And hopefully we get to not mull to 5. Yeah, that sounds good. We'll keep. So the question is whether I want to lead turn 1 Giver or turn 2 Esper Sentinel. I don't know what the answer is. Because they're likely to just kill the Giver. If they Thoughtseize though, they just take the Stoneforge. So I think I'm going to lead Sentinel here. And then next time I can play Giver the turn after I can play Stoneforge. So, well, we'll see how this goes. They're just as likely to lead Creature here, but this is kind of like playing a turn 1 Vial and then Vialing in the Giver and the Stoneforge. In that we're a turn behind on the Stoneforge, but we're a turn behind the Stoneforge, but got better protection for it. Just gonna leave the Esper Sentinel back, hope to draw some cards off it. If they don't kill these Giver Runes, we're in really good shape. Or if we get to draw a card off them killing these Giver Runes, we're in really good shape. Croxar. I'm just gonna pitch a Ghost Quarter. We've already got too many of those. Fine to take 3 here. Oh, 8th Vial's not the worst. I'll play it out here. I mean, not that 8th Vial's good on turn 3, but we weren't going to do anything over the last mana anyway, so this is pretty fine. Let's get the Keldra, because they should have no way to deal with this Keldra, and that Giver Runes is able to protect our Stoneforge. Sentinel's keeping them from being able to, like, comfortably double spell to deal with a Giver and a Stoneforge. Okay, our opponent's casting Drown the Lock, targeting the Giver. So, I think that just means I'm meant to pro-red the Stoneforge, because worst case it just keeps their Darcy. I mean, their Darcy's probably not attacking it anyway, but I'm not... I think they're less likely to have Fatal Push than they are like Bolt or Unholy Heat. So they couldn't pay for the Sentinel here. Nice, we draw another Sentinel, that's pretty good. We do have another land drop. Oh, ooh, comes in tapped. Okay, I was really worried about a Fatal Push there. Oh, I forgot we had 8th Vial. That's cool. Don't even need to cast the Esper Sentinel. Leave Ghost Quarter up because we have the opportunity to Ghost Quarter ourselves to get a Plains to then be able to path something if we need to. Alright, let's just get in for 5. And next time we're going to do is a Violent Stoneforge and then activate our original Stoneforge and put like a Batterskull into play. Just going to put this Esper Sentinel into play at sorcery speed just to make sure they're not able to like play around it. So anything they want to cast is going to get taxed by both of these Esper Sentinels. Alright opponent, you're in a lot of danger. Ooh, Rest in Peace. That's pretty nice. Okay, let's just go to combat. Attack in with Croxar. This is lethal over 2 turns. I mean, we could also just get Maul and definitely make Keldra lethal for next turn, but I think we're lethal next turn regardless, so let's just hang back. Yeah, I definitely want to do this in response. Violent Stoneforge. They might even just scoop to this. Okay, Address Anchor Resolve. Paying for both Esper Sentinels, fine. So they lose abilities, but they're still a 5/5, a 5/5 and a 4/4. So they might be able to deal with our Keldra Germ here, or the Keldra... Oh no, the Keldra is still indestructible. So they might be able to deal with the Germ here, but we've got another Germ. We've got like a million creatures. And whatever they want to do, they have to do it now before their dress down goes away. Alright, expressive iterations a start. I believe they already played their land drop. Yeah, they played the Scalding Tarn, so they can't play the Bloodstain Wire. They just exiled with expressive iteration. Alright, Unholy Heat with Delirium. Yeah, I didn't really have an opportunity to put down the Rest in Peace there, so that's fine. Death Shadow, okay. Alright, I'm just gonna Ghost Quarter my own planes, get a new planes, Path the Death Shadow, and kill them probably. I'm just gonna take the vial up to 3, I think. Look, this would be pretty good here. Draw Thalia. Okay, so if we attack with all the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, that's lethal. So let's animate Factory. Unless they have a removal spell. But then we still gain 4 and hit in for a bunch. Yep, nice, they scoop it up. Alright, going into game number 3, is there any sideboarding we want to change? We're on the draw, so maybe Esper Sentinel's a little worse. Maybe I can like bring that Flickwisp back in. But also Flickwisp didn't look particularly good there, so... do I want Arbiters back? Probably not. Well, let's just run with this. They're mulliganing 6. I'm just going to keep. It's not an amazing hand, but it's kind of resilient to hand hate, I think. These Solitudes aren't, like, ideal. We've got a Violent Sentinel. The fact that they mulligan 6 means, like, if they hand hate us, we're kind of on equal footing, so... Ooh, a Ragavan. And a Bauble. Sanctifier in deck, okay. Yeah, let's play out the Aether Vial and pass. I was actually going to play the Esper Sentinel and offer to trade with the Ragavan, but this Sanctifier is just going to win us the game, so... Next time I can Vial in Esper Sentinel and then cast Sanctifier. I'm pretty happy with that. Huh. They hit our 3rd and final Solitude. Expressive Iteration off the Treasure, that's pretty cute. We could just dodge Thoughtseize for 1 turn. Ugh. So they've revealed Inquisition that's in exile, and they can't cast it? Wow. Oh, our opponent's super dead. So they missed their land drop. They were hoping to hit off that Expressive Iteration, so they used up their treasure token. And, yeah, like, if they had had a land, they could have played that Inquisition, because they found Inquisition and Bauble. Because they didn't, we just get to really punish them here. Esper Sentinel and Sanctifier, so even if they find a land, Esper Sentinel's going to tax them, Sanctifier's going to stonewall them. I mean, the best they could do here is have a blue source and dress down my Sanctifier to trade their Ragavan with it. Okay, they found a Watery Grave, they're shocking it in. And then they're just passing. Okay. Take the vial up to 2. Because they shocked and they're just holding up, I'd have to assume they have, like... What do they have? I was going to say, I assume they have, like, Drowned Lock, but we have no cards in our graveyard. So I'm just going to play out the Esper Sentinel. It resolves. Okay. I'm just going to pass turn. Next time I get to, like, Solitude and then Flicker-Wisp, so I'm not really scared of anything I can do. Dress down, but I get to draw 2 cards. That's fine. I mean, they're probably going to kill Sanctifier here, but I think I'm very far ahead. I think if they had have attacked with Ragavan, I would have blocked Sanctifier, and this dress down would have just killed it anyway. But are they trying to like keep their Ragavan? I don't know. Croxer? Sure. I'm just going to pitch this... Oh, no. I don't have to pitch anything. So this Solitude Flickwisp plan is going to be very noish. This dress down did absolutely nothing. What kind of hand did my opponent keep? Alright, Vase on 3. Found Mishra's Factory. I think I'm just going to do this here. Just to clear the way and get in for 4. I'm going to exile the Giver of Runes because I don't care about the Giver of Runes. Is that true? Yeah, because next time I can cast this other Solitude. And exile the Ragavan. And we're going to vial in my Flicker-Wisp. I should have exiled the Croxer. That's fine. I'll just get him with Sanctifier. Because I forget the Flicker-Wisp is going to bring it back at end step. But I mean, I would have attacked the Esper Sentinels into the Ragavan anyway, so it doesn't really matter. Okay, let's let this resolve. Buy Ragavan. Get in with Sanctifier. Go to end step. Flicker-Wisp is going to bring back the Solitude, which is going to get rid of Croxer. My opponent gains 6 life, but I don't think it matters. Dragon's Rage Channeler. Okay, only a 1/1. I'm just going to start taking this vial up so that I can vial in this Solitude if that's an option. Stoneforge is a really good draw. Yeah, let's play out the Stoneforge. We're going to get Maul here because we can... Yep, okay, they were going to scoop just to the Caliber, but I was actually just going to get Maul and put on the Solitude and just gain a buttload of life. Yeah, so we win match number 2, 2-1, so we're currently 2-0 in the league. Let's get to match number 3. Alright, match number 3, we won the die roll yet again. Yeah, I'm keeping. Sounds really good. So this is the thing with this build is so many hands look really capable. The question is, am I leading Sentinel into Thalia or Giver into Thalia? I think it's Sentinel into Thalia. Let's play Giver, because if I draw Stoneforge, this is probably better. Blooming Marsh, so we're versing your Witch's Oven. Okay, we're versing a food deck. So turn 1 Esper Sentinel would have been pretty nice there. Oh, okay, that's... I think I want to pivot here. I think I want to play this Vial and this Esper Sentinel. Get in for 1, why not? I don't think I want to protect this Esper Sentinel. Okay, they fetch Shock in a Temple Garden. They play the Underworld Cookbook. And they're paying for Esper Sentinel. Discarding the Jukebox to make a food? So they have Asmore. No, because they can't cast Asmore. Why would they do that? That doesn't make any sense. Oh well, let's put a counter on Aether Vial, draw a card. Solitude's pretty neato spaghetto. Am I just flick listing a food token? Is that crazy? Probably not. I think I just want to get a clock into play. Or I could play a Thalia. But I can Vial in Thalia next turn. Whatever. They appear to not have a lot of creature spells, so let's play Thalia. Yeah, just getting in again, I think. Ravenous Squirrel. Okay. Gilded Goose. Also okay. Back to me. Let's tick Vial up to 2. And we draw another Solitude. We'll just get in with Thalia. No blocks? Okay. I was going to say, they want to block with the squirrel and do something like funky. We've got Solitude up, so... They're just discarding actual cards. They don't have the Overchase Daredevil or anything. Okay. Making another food. Finale of Devastation. So they're getting Asmo here. That's fine. Oh no, I want to respond to this actually. Who do I want to protect? Who do I want to protect? Thalia or Esper Sentinel or the Giver itself? I can't protect the Giver. I suppose no one. Okay, so Asmo's here. This is fine. Oh, I get to stick my Vial up to 3. I'm okay with that. We draw another Thalia. That's really good because it means I don't need to pitch Solitude to Solitude. So I'm just going to pass. Am I going to let my opponents have to make more food? I suppose. Yeah, they don't really have any more... Like, they have to discard actual cards if they want to make a food off this anyway, so they can't, like, make a food off everything. I'm going to pass back. Okay, let's... Solitude. Let's force some action. So, Evoke goes on the stack first, so that we can still respond to it. So our opponent's going to have to use Asmo here. Try and kill our Giver runes, so... In response, I'm going to protect the... Esper Sentinel, which is going to force action from them. They have no more things to discard, so I'm just going to do this now. Because they can't make 2 foods, so we get Flickwisp into play. Flicker Solitude. Which I shouldn't have started this in their end step, because now Solitude's not going to come back to my end step. But it shouldn't make a difference. So they're out of cards, that's good for us. And they don't gain 3 life off their Asmo. We're going to tick Vial up so we can get the Solitude into play. Ooh, okay. That's actually a really cool draw. So let's go to combat, attack with Flickerwisp, then we will cast this Flickerwisp, flicker our other Flickerwisp. So now we can kind of just keep looping this with Flickerwisp until we decide to actually do something with them. Which Flickerwisp is this? I don't know. Oh, so that's the one that's in play. So that's the one we want on the stack first. Or are they just putting themselves on the stack? Okay, whatever. Solitude the Squirrel. And now this Flickerwisp is going to flicker this Flickerwisp, so that if they ever resolve another threat, we can just flicker a Solitude. Flicker the Flickerwisp. Alright, the Vial's ticking up to 5, so we will hold up the option to put a Solitude into play. We will attack them with everybody. They're just going to take 8, going to 8. Flickerwisp will flicker Flickerwisp. I suppose there I should have flickered Solitude, because worst I just exile their Goose and definitely threaten lethal. Well, I suppose at this point I can just flicker their Goose and threaten lethal. Okay, got an Asmo. Sure. Here's where I'm going to respond. They're trying to make a food. So before they get their 4th food in play and are able to kill 2 creatures, I'm going to Solitude their Asmo. So they can kill 1 thing now, and that's all they get to do. Making food with the Goose. That's clever. Okay. So they do get to kill 2 things here. But the Solitudes have lifelink, so if they want to kill them, they're going to gain us life. Yep, they're just killing off the Solitudes. Are you going to oven your Asmo? No? Okay. So they're on 11. I'm just going to flicker their food. I've got no cards in hand. It just means that they do get an Asmo, they can't do anything with it. 5, we're 1 off being able to do that. That's fine. Do I want to field around them? Probably not. I mean, I could probably take them off white. Yeah, we got to take them off white. Okay. Let's put them to 3. Pass the turn. This is looking pretty good. We've got 2 lethal flyers. Even if they can get Asmo somehow, they can't kill both our Flicker Wisps. Finale X equals 0. Okay, so they can get their Asmo Animata card, I send a call to card, but they can't do anything with it. Okay, they can pitch 1 card, they can up their Goose, they can kill 1 thing. So I suppose the Goose can chump block a Flicker Wisp, and then they can do that. What do we draw? Another Aether. Okay, so a land would have been really good there. Ah, they conceded. Okay, they didn't need to. Yeah, they chump block this 1 Flicker Wisp Gilded Goose, sack it to the oven, use Cookbook, discard Cookbook, make 2 food, shoot this Wisp, and they buy themselves another turn. And then, like, if they draw, like, Oval Chase Daredevil, they can threaten the other Wisp. Ah, whatever. Okay, sideboarding. Don't really care for Burn and Forge Tender here. Can protect against an Asmo, but whatever. I definitely want to Rest in Peace to turn off all of their things. Sanctify for sure, because Asmo can't deal with it. I suppose I want Relic Waters and or Revokers. Revokers, I'm pretty sure I want to be able to turn off Asmo. I don't think I care about Relic Water. I don't think I need to like take away their cookbooks or whatever. What's not exciting here? I don't think Arbiter's that good against them. Arbiter's also just pretty free to cut a lot of the time. I think I can trim a Thalia, trim a Sentinel, and then I suppose we just trim a Vial as well. Just do a bunch of light trimming around the edges and call it a day. This sounds pretty cool. Turn 2 Sanctifier. I'm just going to keep... Oof, they've got Thoughtseize. Okay, so that's almost definitely taking Sanctifier and Vec. Maybe it takes Giver if they have another hand hate spell to take down the Sanctifier. It does take Giver. Okay. Okay, with the Frost Dragon pass. Let's see if they have hand hate for the Sanctifier. They do have hand hate for the Sanctifier. And they've got a second land. They've got a Squirrel. Okay. What do we draw? Mistress Factory. Sure. So we give them information by playing the Factory, but I might just want to start getting in with the Factory or just, you know, be able to block this Squirrel. They're cycling a Tranquil Thinker. That's a good sign. The hand isn't really amounting to much after these 2 Thoughtseizes. Oh, they didn't get in with the Squirrel. Very smart. Oh, Aether Vial. Why Aether Vial now? The turn I draw Squirrel. The turn I'm able to play Flicker Wisp. I'm just going to play the Flicker Wisp, flicker away their food. This might make their Goose a lot less useful. I'm not blocking your damn Squirrel. Yep, Finale X equals 0. There's Asmarana, Mighty Card, Ice Tender, Call to Card. There's the Cookbook. We draw Giver Runes. Okay. So next time they can play Cookbook. They probably can't make a second food though. The question is whether I want to get this Vial in play, whether I want to just throw them all on a Flicker Wisp. Maybe I just want to hold up Factory probably. Keep this stupid Squirrel from attacking again. Maybe trade with Asmo if it decides it wants to attack. If I don't need to animate Factory, maybe I'll just draw a card. Now that I've got an Aether Vial online. Another Squirrel, okay. And then Cookbook, yep, makes sense. Okay. So it's not like they'll ever get to cast this Calendar Complete off their mana, so I guess I'm just drawing a card. Okay, draw another Canopy, that's fine. And it makes a food in our end step for some reason. Oh, they've got Cauldron Familiar, that's annoying. Thalia. Do I just maul up the Giver Runes and get in for 6? No, they make food next turn. So I think I just want to leave Giver back. Yeah, let's just play Maul and Flicker Wisp. Alright, get in for 5 without Flicker Wisp holding a Maul. So our opponent's able to make a second food here almost definitely and try and shoot it down. We've got to give it to protect it. Okay. Oh, okay. This might... I don't take Zone Giver, that makes sense. I was going to say it might just go after our Aether Vial. Oh, Asmo staying back. Oh, that makes sense. That Factory is pretty scary. Oh, they bring back Cauldron Familiar. Makes sense. Growing their Squirrels some more. I think with that in mind, they could have gotten in with Asmo. Field of Ruin. That doesn't do anything for us. Except maybe means we can animate K with the Frost Dragon next turn. Oh, do I want to take out Kaya? Yeah, they're just going to gain life with Kaya. Let's just get her out of here. Do I want to play the Thalia? I'm going to cast the Thalia and pretend we're holding something up. Like, pretend this Vial's got something to do. Okay, there's 1 food. Goose can make a second food, which is just going to eat the food for a white mana. Do they have another Kaya? Another Kaya would be pretty... Oh, they can't cast it. I've got Thalia. Prismatic ending on Thalia. Okay, sure. 4, 8, 9. Block Asmo. Give itself +1/+1. Okay, we go to 3. Not ideal. File up again. Esper Sentinel. So what can we do? We can get in for 5. We have them lethal over 2 turns, but they've got 2 lethal attackers. We've only got 1 blocker. So Flicker's got first strike, so I guess we're just holding that up. Or I suppose I can draw off Canopy. Depends, I can Field of Ruin and then draw off Canopy, but then I can't play what I cast unless what I draw unless it's a 3-drop. So I think I am going to draw off Canopy with the Field of Ruin. I'm going to draw another Field of Ruin. Which means I can still Field of Ruin the Blooming Marsh and play the Esper Sentinel. So that is what I'm going to do. Hopefully taking them off black does something. So we can't attack here, but if they decide to attack, we can first eat a squirrel in first strike, chump block here, and then next turn we can threaten to take down the other squirrel. So they can grow them to 5/5s right now. I think that's it. Oh, they activated the squirrel's ability. Yeah, that's a pretty strong opponent. So the 6/6s. I'm in a lot of danger. I think I'm dead, but I'm just going to block and see what I can draw. Aether can stay on 3, because I think Flicker was one of the ways we stay in this game. Nice. Very nice. So I'm going to Violet in here. Going to reset a squirrel. The reason I'm doing it now is because I can equip the maul to it. Even though I'm just going to chump block this. Yeah, maybe that wasn't the play. Ah, that's fine. So they get to bring back their cat here. Cat. This is a pretty cool combo. Like the cat and the squirrel activation and stuff. Oh, they just have a prismatic ending. Okay. Sure. Alright, going to game number 3. Is there anything we want to change? Not really. Arbor doesn't change much. Doesn't change much. Relic Water doesn't change much. Like, I think they just have too many, like, cookbook style things for us to be able to Relic Water them all away. Are Relic Waters just better than Thalia's? Maybe, actually. Let's go with that. Alright. Got all of our double white 2-drops in. We get to go first. This hand's cool. We'll keep. Okay, then mulligan to 6. We're just going to lead on Aether Vial. Pass the turn. On turn 2, I'm just going to try and resolve Sanctifier. Is that true? Am I just going to try and resolve Stoneforge? Prismatic ending my Aether Vial. That's very rude, opponent. I suppose I'm just going to play Stoneforge. Force them to deal with this. We'll just get Caldra. Seeing so much Prismatic ending out that makes Sanctifier look less good. Maybe I should have taken them back out to leave the Thalias in. But, like, they should be good if my opponent has Overchase Daredevils. I can't imagine they don't have Overchase Daredevils in their deck. We'll just put Caldra into play, get in. Our opponent is on a very fast clock, especially if we decide to just drop this Maul next turn, which I think I will. I think I'll cast Rest in Peace and use Stoneforge to drop in Maul. Because if they have a Prismatic game that has hit the Rest in Peace, assumedly. Okay, what is this black mana for, huh? Cookbook, sure. Oh, there's an Overchase. Okay, so I mean Rest in Peace deals with that, so we'll just do that. Equip to this. Let's just play Rest in Peace. Alright, you're dead next turn, opponent, even if you block with a goose. Suppose you can eat food, but you have no graveyard, so deal with that. Okay, they just ditch the Thoughtseize to their cookbook. It's gone to exile. They just ate a food for 3 life. Oh, the squirrel's getting in. Yeah, the squirrels are getting in. Alright. Oh, don't tap the goose, opponent. What is this? Don't be a prismatic ending on my germ. Don't. They just generated a mana to grow the. Oh, I suppose, yeah, it hits me for 8. That's fine. That makes sense. Let's draw a card first. Okay. Let's play Sanctifier. And we attack with the Stoneforge as well. They die. Awesome. So that was 2-1 against Abzan Food. Interesting list. But that makes us 3-0. Let's go into match number 4. We're on the draw here. Don't love this hand on the draw. Like, all it's really doing is Esper Sentinels. Yeah, we'll just mulligan. Because the matchup that punishes us for mulliganing... Oh, they've mulliganed to 5. Okay, so they might be like Tron. So, assuming that this is a capable hand, we will bottom... Because they mulligan to 5. There's a tough choice here. Like, Canopy hurts us, but we're going to stay land flooded, so... it can get us out of that, but we're likely to like aggressively Field of Ruin our opponent and stuff. I mean, if they're burned, they're not going to mulligan to 5. Got a Thalia. We've got Cave, so if we flood, I think we're fine anyway. Yeah, so the previous hand is 7, right? The reason not to mulligan is in case we're against the Thoughtseize deck, and if we're against the Thoughtseize deck and they take away one of those Esper Sentinels, like the second one's not really going to do much, I wouldn't think. Oh, Legion Loyalist. Okay, so maybe putting the Canopy on the bottom is a good idea, because it looks like there's some sort of aggressive Goblin deck, or some sort of, like, Maybe they're like the explosive token deck that I don't remember the name of or anything. I think that was a good draw. Okay, so next time we're going to play out Thalia and hope we don't die. Castle Embreth, okay. They're just getting with Legion Loyalist. So we haven't taken too much damage yet, but oh, here we go. Okay, this is the guy to be scared of. Yeah, we've only taken 2 so far, but I worry about their explosive power. So putting Canopy on the bottom might reward us here. They've also only got 2 cards left in hand. We just drew another Ghost Quarter. We might actually just get to take away all their mana next turn. So we'll play out Thalia. Probably not going to tax them too hard, but she is going to be a very good blocker. Okay, they have a 3rd land. Okay. Lightning Bolt out Thalia, sure. Okay, so we're only taking 3 here. Question is whether it's right to aggressively blow up all their lands. Well, all we're doing is drawing lands, so I guess we just got to play to the hand we have. Like, we're not getting this Cave of the Frost Dragon online anytime soon. So whatever, let's take out their castle, and we'll take out their mountain to try and keep the Battlecry Goblin from being able to do anything. Hopefully they don't draw red spells to cast into this Foundry Street Denizen. Okay, so the mountain was the last card in their hand, so they're probably just going to activate this Battlecry Goblin. Yep. I don't think I'm interested in losing this Arbiter to any of this nonsense. Okay, so this is 10? No, 8. Well, I'm just going to eat this 1-1 and hope that I can draw, you know, relevant cards, please. I am going to take the Vial up to 3. Even though Flicker Wisp isn't like a crazy good draw here, it's still something. Oh, just draw a card with Horizon Canopy. Jeez, can you imagine if we were versing Tron? Ooh, Kerr. Let's pass to them. Beginning of combat. I'm going to get rid of their Legion Loyalists. Okay. So, Viling and Flickwisp in their beginning of combat step. Getting rid of their Legion Loyalists, which is what's going to give them First Strike and Trample. So they do still choose to attack. We have much better blocks. Yeah, they decide not to attack. Because, yeah, I would have happily traded Flickwisp here, used Arbiter to eat the token that this would have made. Please, relevant spell. Show me a relevant spell. I'll take, like, almost anything at this point. Yeah, we'll take an Esper Sentinel. Am I attacking here? They're gonna get First Strike, so I'm probably not blocking with this anyway. Yeah, let's just get in. If I could draw a path, that would be really nice, even though I've just been trying to mana deny them. Ugh, 3 power, 3 power. Okay, we're gonna chump block here, eat this token. Oh, they have trample. I'm just dead, aren't I? Am I just dead? Did I just die? I just died. Jeez, alright. Thankfully, in the sideboarding, we get a lot of pro-red, and I don't think they can really deal with that. So we're bringing these 5 for sure. Arbiter looks really bad. Thalia doesn't look that good. Everything else is kind of fine. Like, I think I'm just trimming a Thalia here. I mean, I'd happily trim Caldra as well if there was more stuff to bring in, but I think 5 pro-red cards should be enough for the matchup. And we've drawn none of them? Do I just aggressively mulligan towards pro-red? That's probably not correct. This hand doesn't look good anyway, but it's got Vial. Thalia, it's got Vial. But I don't think Thalia's that good except for being a First Strike blocker. Flicker's not crazy good. Well, that's probably fine. We've got Vial, whatever. We've got 5 really good cards to draw towards. They keep their opening 7. That's kind of scary. Just play Vial and pass. Here's their first nonsense goblin. Another Flicker's. I won't complain about that. Let's just play the Thalia out. Keep their dude from attacking. I would rather, like, surprise Violet in, but I don't think I have the freedom to do that. I will straight up Field of Ruin that Castle Embreth, if given the opportunity. Another Aether Vial. I guess I'm just playing it. So we'll Field of Ruin the Castle Embreth, even though it's not, like, huge upside for us to do that. And I'll just play at the Aether Vial because I've got nothing better to do. I've got a freaking Thalia in play, so I can't do that. That's fine. I think the Field of Ruin looks worse now, but I don't think I care about not getting the Vial in play. If I was smarter, would I have played... If I was smarter, remember I had Thalia, would I have played the Vial or still Field of Ruin? I think I would have played the Vial, so that might be a mistake. Lightning Bolt is awful for us. Okay. Come on. Oh, give me a playable spell for once. I suppose we'll play the Flicker Wisp. I'll just flicker a land, I suppose. Play out our Aether Vial. Pass. If they try and kill my Flicker Wisp, I will Flicker Wisp my Flicker Wisp in response. Oh, Legion Loyalist? Are you kidding me? Oh, we still got stuff in the beginning of combat. That's really good. Let's do this. Yes. Flicker Wisp. Who do we want to go away? Probably this guy. I don't think they're attacking, but if they do, I'll happily trade these 2 for these 2. Yep, they're not about it. Come on, show me literally anything. Sanctifying back is something. Okay, okay. Alright, now I think we can race. Let's get in with our Flicker Wisps. I think I'm just going to Ghost Quartermain Flagstones in their end step. Just to rip some bad cards out of our deck. Woofed. Okay. It's 8-3. Can I afford to take 8? Well, it's got Trample anyway, so let's take out this idiot. Now that he's gone next turn, I can leave my Flicker Wisps back. Okay, so Ghost Quartermain Flagstones. We get 2 planes out of our deck. And we can only draw gas from now on, right? Surely. Take that vial up to 2. We'll leave that vial on 3 because we'll cast any Solitudes we draw, like right now. Whoa! Come on, deck! We'll just pass. Maybe they don't attack because they're scared of this random card in our Solitude Manor and our 2/8 vials. Maybe they can't attack us for lethal. Oh, they've got Goblin Grenade. Nice. Okay, we're dead. That's a dumb match. Our opponent's deck is really good. That was... Whew. I mean, I should have mulliganed more aggressively to my pro-red stuff, but it wouldn't have mattered. That was just really rough. Alright, so we're 3-1. Let's go on to match number 5. Alright, here we are with match number 5. We lost the die roll again, which... So far, we won the die roll with all 3 of our wins. We lost the die roll with our loss, so hopefully that isn't a trend that's going to continue here. This hand's a pretty easy keep. We've got a Vial into Sentinel into Arbiter. We have Solitude for what that's worth. Alright, our opponent plays a Mistress Bauble. They bauble us. Another Bauble. They bauble themselves. And they're choosing not to fetch. Okay, what did they say on top of our deck? They saw a Flag Center Trocare. I don't think that tells them much. I'm just going to play it out because they've seen it. The only punish here is if I draw specifically my other Cave of the Frost Dragon here. Alright, they fetch in a tapped Blood Crypt, so they're probably a Darcy Ragavan deck and not a Death Shadow deck. They fetch their Polluted Delta. Every turn they fetch, our Arbiter looks worse and worse. Dashing in Ragavan, sure. Am I gonna Solitude this? Oh no, I don't want to pitch either of my creatures. They have Field of Ruins, so again, the only thing this Ragavan is doing is making a treasure, but they spent their whole turn to do that. Oh, I was meant to play Cave of the Frost Dragon there. That was silly. That was pretty silly. This Cave of the Frost Dragon is going to come in tapped and punish me for sure. Kicked Turok. Okay. That's disgusting. And of course he took my all the Skyclaves, which I was going to use to attack around him. Turok is not ideal for us. Alright, let's just pass turn. We will not attack into the 4/3 pro-white creature, I don't think. They're just shocked in a Blood Crypt. What are they up to? I cannot block, so I will not block. Let's draw a card. Mistress Factory is an answer. Alright, Colligan's Command, huh? Killing Esper Sentinel and Aether Vial? Sure. Well, we found another Esper Sentinel. So, let's play that out. And get in for 2. All we can. Yep, they're getting in with Turok. We're just going to allow this. And next turn, I'm going to try and trade my factory for it. Because if I animate it now, it's only a 2/2, whereas next turn, I can animate it and tap it, because I won't have Summoning Sickness, and I can hopefully trade with this 4/3 Turok. Well, this is legendary, so they can give Fear? Oh, that's fine. Fear doesn't stop us. Am I interested in trading either of these for a Ragavan? Suppose I'll think about it later, because I'd rather trade on the block than on the attack. I think I would probably trade my Arbiter for it, if given the opportunity. Alright, my opponent's got 1,000,000 mana, so they're getting to just ignore this Esper Sentinel entirely. So they've attacked with both. They're giving their Ragavan Fear. That's fine. I'm going to eat their Ragavan. That's what I'm going to try and do. Because I've got to have a lot of things go for me here for this to end up not just being a straight loss. So I've got to hope that this turn I can eat a Ragavan, next turn I can trade with a Turok. Yup. Yep. I'm pretty sure I'm super dead. Just bought Lyris. Well, I can technically Solitude this Ragavan. It's not going to feel good being 1 mana away from, just being able to hardcast Solitude. I'm not attacking with Arbiter in the hopes that they give their Ragavan Fear so they can't, do too much with the Lyris. Okay. I still need to draw, exactly Mistress Factory, and even then I don't know how I survived the Turok the turn after. I'm pretty sure I'm dead to this Turok. Okay, they're just playing at the Lyris, which they can give Fear, specifically Fear. Oh, alright. This game's done. No, stop doing things, opponent. Okay. Bring in Sanctifiers. Bring in Bone and Forge Tenders. Bring in Rest in Peace, probably. We assume we're going to bring in Rest in Peace. I want to cut Arbiters here. I want to trim a Thalia, trim a Vial, and I want to trim probably Esper Sentinel. Let's do that and hope that our pro red stuff's good enough. We would indeed like to go first. This hand sucks. I don't want a mulligan, but kind of have to. This hand sucks even more. And this hand's playable. We'll keep. It's not very capable, but it is technically capable. I'm just going to go deep and hope that this 8th Vial's good enough. Because I kind of just really want to get 2 Giver Runes into play. If I can do that, I think I'm pretty alright. Darcy, sure. Alright, they're baubbling us. They left the card on top with their Darcy. We drew Ghost Quarter. Let's play out a Giver Runes and pass. Okay, they're fetching, getting Blood Crypt. Another Dragon's Rage Channeler. This is going to be an Unholy Heat for a Giver. A Lightning Bolt for a Giver. Okay. Please don't hit Delirium. Please. I don't think they can at this point. Oh no, they can. Lightning Bolt's going to go in their grave. They left cut on top. Okay. Oof. Very smart by our opponent. They're not attacking because we hardcast to give us. That implies we have another 1-drop, which I just chose not to put into play. That's okay. And we draw absolute nothing. I think at this point I'm going to ruin the card they left on top. Field to ruin the Blood Crypt. God, am I just putting this Giver into play? Yeah, I think I am. If it eats a removal spell, it's better than the next creature I draw eating a removal spell. And I've got a Croxer. Now I wish I'd have been able... if I'd have Vialed in the Giver, I would have been holding up white here, and I would have absolutely parked this Croxer to keep them from being able to escape it later. Pretty big misplay on our part, but this matchup's just favourable, but doing poorly at the moment. Let's see if we can top deck Saint's Fire in back. Just one time. Saint's Fire off the top. Let's go. This is so bad for us. Saint's Fire off the top would still be good for us, but we really kind of needed to see it there. Hopefully we might get to untap with 2 Giver Runes here. Should give us some pretty okay options for top decks. Okay, Dark Confidant doesn't do it. And Turak, okay. Am I taking up my Vial towards Solitude here? I think I am. I think I have to. These have been some woeful draws. Absolutely woeful. We're just dead. Whatever. That's game. Our opponent, we can't block a power of our opponents, so let's go to the post-league wrap-up. Alright, so we managed to get a positive result that time with 3 and 2. We won our first 3 pretty convincingly, I think. I felt very good there, and then the 2 we lost were just absolutely punishing. And that's kind of the way it goes with Death and Taxes in Mod at the moment, I find. Like, our wins are very hard fought and earned, and our losses are just really overwhelming. So John Sagavan was our first match. That was pretty good. Kind of hard to sideboard because it's a deck like E-Tron did the same thing to me for a while. Like where I wanted to sideboard like it was Tron, but then they're like also this crazy mid-range plan. John Sagavan's kind of the same, where you kind of want to sideboard like it's Black Red Rock, but then they've got the whole Urza Saga thing going on, which makes it really hard to know to sideboard. Like Urza Saga kind of does what Kali Great Creator does, where it forces your hand in sideboarding and forces you to sideboard hate cards for that one card, even though the rest of the archetype isn't really playing into it. We went 1-1 against Black Red Rock in that league, which I think it's a favourable matchup. Turak really ruined us in the loss, and also we just drew really bad. Like I think we can say with our losses, we drew really poorly. I could have mulliganed more aggressively in our losses, because in our losses, the pro-red stuff was really, really favoured. But with that said, I don't think they would have necessarily saved us in all those games. We weren't 0-2, so we would have still had to beat them on the draw, which I think in both those matchups would have been quite a big ask. And also, like, you saw, like, when I was forced to mulligan through seeing bad hands, like, the deck doesn't mulligan really well because we kind of need all of our cards for doing stuff, which is what I was hoping Esper Sentinel would get us out of, which it kind of did, kind of didn't. I think, especially against the Goblin deck, I really wanted more removal, so not having Skyclaves kind of hurt there. Esper Sentinel did shine in some of those games. It was kind of like the games we won, Esper Sentinel shine, and the games we lost, we really missed having Skyclave Apparition, so maybe it was wrong to cut. With that said, Flickwisp did really well, so I don't think that's where we should be cutting either. Maybe it is just that we should be cutting Arbiter, because it never really impressed. There were some times, like, early on, like against John Sagavan, where we got to really punish them and, like, have really solid mana denial. But then there was, like, the Goblins match where we had, like, the perfect kind of Arbiter hand, and they just didn't care that we blew up, you know, a bunch of their lands. So, yeah, maybe it is just that I should be cutting Arbiters, which, you know, means I could potentially be testing Urza Sagas over like these Mistress Factories, maybe just 4 Urza Sagas got the Field of Ruin. Maybe that is just what the deck should be doing right now. I ideally don't want to use Urza Saga in this deck, but not that I think it's wrong to. I think it's actually probably correct too. So maybe that's something I should try, which isn't something I'm going to try and moto anytime soon because I don't have Urza Sagas and can't really afford to rent them. But I don't know. We'll see how we go. Maybe I'll test Arbiter again. Maybe I'll just cut the Arbiters and, yeah, test the Skyclave Apparitions. I don't know. The list felt good. I definitely liked the Mistress Factories. The Field of Ruins, I don't know. In the last league, I felt like I needed more Field of Ruins. In this league, I felt like I needed more Mistress Factories. It's, yeah, maybe the answer is just, if I cut Arbiter, kind of all the things of like, sometimes Sentinel's good, sometimes I wanted Skyclave, sometimes Field of Ruins good, sometimes Mistress Factory is good. Maybe I should just run 4 Mistress Factory, remove the Ghost Quarters, remove the Arbiters. Maybe that's what I'll try for next time. You know, see if that can work, and like see if I can avoid Urza Saga, avoid having to run Urza Saga, and see how we go. We did manage to win 1 whole chest for that 3 and 2 efforts, so let's pop that open and see what we get. We got Lich's Mastery. That's an interesting card. It's from Dominaris, so that's probably worth nothing. We did get 10 play points, so that's kind of cool. Okay. With that said, hope you guys enjoyed the league. Let me know what you think. I do have a primer on Death and Taxes, on specifically Mono White, 60 card Death and Taxes. And even though I haven't been getting like crazy good results, you know, I still have a lot to say about the deck. I've definitely done a lot of testing and a lot of thinking about the deck, so feel free to check that out and let me know what you think. But until next time, bye-zy.